HFI family, Brent here, giving you some updates in the world of grain sorghum. Despite the current low prices that we're seeing in the marketplace for growers, acres are actually up pretty significantly from 2019 to 2020. A few states in particular, South Dakota and our neck of the woods, we're looking at about an 8 to 10% increase in acres from last year. Kansas, pretty much the same story, another 8% or so acres that are predicted to go into sorghum. Nebraska, it looks like it's going to stay pretty much even from 2019, maybe with a slight increase. This is great news, given we're hoping that the increase of acres is also going to translate into some stability as far as the marketplace goes. Last year, we saw a really sharp increase in price there in about midsummer to late fall. And hopefully this will provide that stability so we don't see that again. Of course, right now it is a little bit early to see how exactly that's going to translate into yields, given guys are still planning right now. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we do have some updated and more accurate numbers reflecting exactly what we'll see for an increase. But the good news is that 2020 is not 2019. So guys are getting into the field. Last year, a lot of the acres that were going to go into sorghum actually ended up being prevent plant acres, and they just never were planted, period. So with favorable weather, guys are getting into the field. The sorghum's getting put into the ground, so it's given us a great start. Right now, South Dakota is at just a little under 50% of their acres planted compared to 6% last year. And it's a similar story throughout the nation. We're looking at Kansas, 27% this year versus 7% last year. And Nebraska is at 81%. They're all actually almost complete compared to the 32 in 2019. So the favorable weather has made a huge impact in the fields already, and it's given us a good start. Market-wise, we're actually seeing markets expand for sorghum worldwide. And some of that for the U.S. producers is going to be because of the foreign markets that have opened up. Japan and Vietnam and Mexico in particular have all increased U.S. imports. And we're also seeing it in the biofuel industry because now they're making, over the last couple of years, they started making ethanol from sorghum instead of just purely corn. So we're able to start expanding what we're able to sell, which is fantastic, and that especially helps the farmers in more semi-arid type climates that have more marginal ground. They're able to get some more use out of it because sorghum actually uses about 33% less water than corn. So there's some fantastic opportunity there for those guys. Overall, we're actually looking at a great start to the year. 2020, like I said, is a lot better than 2019. So long as we get the heat units that we were lacking last year and also get adequate moisture without being flooded like we were last year, hopefully we can have perhaps record producing year, at least within the last decade. So good news on the horizon. We'll call it being cautiously optimistic for now, and we'll keep you updated as things change. Thanks.